Hey guys, welcome to the class. Thanks for joining. Very warm welcome from Clockwork Courtyard as well. The sun has decided to rear its head, as you can see. Very sun-kissed Clockwork Courtyard today. So hope you're all doing really well. We're going to do like a 60-minute flow. We'll kind of ease into it just to warm up the body with some sun salutation type movements, and then pick up some heat, get some momentum going, doing some repetitive kind of vinyasa flow style stuff before channeling some strength in poses like our goddess pose and our warrior 3. As always, hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, guys, please feel free to get in touch. You can always drop a comment below or get in touch over on Instagram at Mr. Qualiman. Come say hey. Otherwise, guys, we'll begin. I think we'll begin lying down on our backs, everyone's favorite. So make yourselves comfortable. Maybe grab some water if you think you might need it. And as always, I suggest kind of taking some movement to get comfortable. So that might mean giving your shoulders a roll, give the legs a little shake, bum a shuffle. And then as you allow your body to kind of soften down onto the mat, I want you just to softly close the eyes and take your attention to each and every part of your body that is touching the ground. So maybe that's the backs of your arms, the backs of the legs, the bum, the back of the head. Just see if you can kind of bring an extra softness to those areas and allow your body to sink a little bit deeper into the mat. Think of finding a weight in your body and letting gravity kind of sort of drift it down into the ground. And then with your eyes closed and the body relaxed, let's take our attention to the breath. Just spending a minute or so focusing on both your inhale and your exhale. And with each breath that you pay a little bit more attention to, perhaps the rest of your day, perhaps whatever you were doing previously, can kind of drift off for now. Your attention can sharpen, and your focus can be brought into the present, into the here and now. Just helping yourself do that by really paying close attention to maybe the sounds of the breath. Noticing how it feels in the nostrils as you breathe in. And noticing how it feels in the nostrils as you breathe out. Notice the belly too, see if you can activate the diaphragm, just taking each inhale a little bit further into the body. And equally lengthening your exhale too. Allowing your mind to establish a bit of a connection between it and the breath. And just a little reminder before we get moving to kind of keep that connection there. Rather than letting the mind wander off, let's make sure that the breath is the main focus point. And if you can consider moving with the breath, it's kind of the cherry on top. So with the next inhale, guys, take a slightly deeper breath in. Make sure you're filling the depths of the lower belly. Fill the chest, fill the ribs, fill the upper body, upper chest as well. Hold it there for a beat or two. And then open the mouth, let it out, side out. Try that a couple times. Hopefully you should feel pretty good. Deep inhale, hold it in. And then release tension as you let go. One more time. And then just softly opening the eyes, bending your knees and placing the feet on the mat. And let's shuffle the feet together so the big toes and the ankles are touching. Maybe the heels are kind of edging towards the bum. Hands go down by your sides. Bridge pose, next inhale. Lift up the hips towards the sky. And as you exhale, let's gently lower the bum and the back down onto the ground. A few more times, guys. Inhale, gently lift the hips. And as you exhale, gently lower them back down. Notice thighs, try and keep them together. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, gently lower. Find that strength not only in your feet and your arms, but also in the glutes. And then in your fifth time, let's hold the hips nice and high. And you may want to take it a little bit further by rolling the shoulders, interlocking fingers underneath the back. And there's a tendency for the kind of knees and the legs to open out quite a lot here. Maybe you can shuffle the feet together, make sure your quads are active, kind of internally rotating your thighs. Wherever you are, breath is soft. Maybe come onto the tiptoes. Feel free to bring one knee towards the chest, straighten out the leg. Making sure to do the same thing with the other leg if you've taken it up. And then gently lower yourself down. Nice, guys. Let's shuffle the feet over to the kind of hip width apart. Actually take them a little bit wider. I'd suggest mat width. And then drop your knees in towards each other. And then let's just take a few swings from side to side to loosen it out. Should feel pretty good. Before bringing your knees to your chest, let's take hold of the outside or the back, the behinds of them. So just underneath the knees. Bring your knees together, bring your ankles together, and then start to roll forwards and backwards. We're going to continue to create some heat, guys, by rolling in towards our boat pose, Navasana, balancing on the bum. Maybe draw the draw the chest towards the thighs. So you're kind of pulling it in and try not to dump down into your lower back. Flex your feet. I suggest shins parallel to the mat. Maybe you want to take a little bit further by straightening out your legs and pointing your toes. Whichever option you have, I suggest releasing your arms. And then just think about the toes here, guys. Really spread them wide so your feet are active. Same thing with your fingers. You can spread them wide too. And we're going to take it down to a low boat. So we're going to lower the body. Back stays off the ground. Leg stays off the ground. And then come back up. Thinking about moving with the breath. Inhale to lower. Exhale to go down. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to go down. Maybe a few more times. And then we'll meet back in that original boat pose, slowly, softly crossing our feet, taking hold of opposite feet with opposite hands. Roll forwards, and then place your hands down in front of you. Step back to your plank, and then push your bum into the air to your downward facing dog, where we're going to pedal the feet out. Wagging your tail of your downward dog. So feel free to kind of swing the knees and the hips quite a lot here. You may want to pedal the feet quite quickly. Or you may want to just kind of bend one knee and keep the other leg straight and hold it there for like a few seconds, pushing quite hard with the hands. Whatever you do, we're thinking about bringing heat into the calves and the hamstrings. And also whatever you do, guys, think about doing both on both sides. So the same on both sides. And then give the shoulders a roll, maybe give the head a little shake from side to side or forwards and backwards. And then let's find some stillness in our downward dog and look towards our hands. Making sure the hands are shoulder width, fingers are wide. You want to start to activate them. So what I mean really is by kind of pushing the big thumbs towards the front of the mat, but not actually moving them. So you're thinking about creating a bit of an external rotation of the upper arms as you do. Relax the face, suck in the tummy. Think of engaging your core. All those little things to help kind of reduce the amount of dumping down that the upper body can do in your downward dog. Maybe bend your knees as well, that might help. Just close the eyes for a moment and reconnect with the breath. Long inhale in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Before opening the eyes, coming onto the tiptoes, bending your knees and stepping or jumping to the front of the mat. Standing forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, so the hands are on the shins, back is flat. Exhale, forward fold, chest to thighs. Inhale, lift up the arms, gaze up towards the sky as you reach high. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to prayer in front of the chest. Take a full breath in to lift the arms nice and wide and high. And then forward fold as you breathe out, hinging at your hips. Inhale to that halfway lift again. Exhale, drop the hands, step back with the left foot and let's drop the left knee. Finding a low lunge. Inhale, arms come high, shoulders are relaxed. Exhale, sweep the hands down. Let's take a step back to our plank. Making sure to kick both heels away from you as you come into your plank. You want to think about engaging your core, taking the weight away from the hands and the shoulders by squeezing the bum. You can think of kind of tucking in the tailbone. Fingers are wide. Let's take a gentle vinyasa, dropping the knees, the chest, the chin. Inhaling to a cobra. And then exhaling, bum to heels, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Similar moves, guys. Tiptoes, bend the knees, step or jump to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head goes long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, lift the arms. And then exhale, hands come to prayer. Full breath in as you sweep your arms wide and up. And then full breath out as you take it down, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, drop the hands, step back with the right foot. Let's drop the right knee. Inhale to lift the arms, squeeze the thighs together, and then exhale, lower the hands and step back to your plank. Again, notice hands, let's spread the fingers wide, kick both heels away from you, gaze slightly forwards, lengthen spine, and then let's drop the knees, the chest, the chin. Controlled movements, guys. Inhale, cobra, shoulders are relaxed as you lift the chest. Exhale, bum to heels, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Similar moves, tiptoes of the feet, bend the knees, step or jump to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, chest to thighs. Inhale, soft bend in the knees, rise up, lift up the arms. And as you exhale, let's bring the hands to the prayer position in front of the chest, softly closing the eyes. We'll just take a moment here. Thinking about your stance, guys. Notice the feet, try and spread weight evenly across them. You want to think of drawing the kneecaps up, almost engaging the quads. You want to think of engaging the core, relaxing your shoulders, and then standing tall so the crown of the head lifts up. Breathe slowly. Take a moment just to notice how that little bit of movement has made you feel, any changes in the body. And then let's look ahead towards the rest of the class, towards this movement that we're going to bring to it. It might be a good time just to have a little think about what kind of movement you want to bring to it, what kind of attitude you want to bring to your movement. Perhaps a good time to set any intentions, maybe even dedicating your movement to something or someone. Before softly opening your eyes, taking a full breath in to lift the arms wide, round and up. And as you exhale, let's swan dive down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, lower the hands. Step or jump back to your plank. Again, kick both heels away from you. And this time, let's keep the knees in the air and lower chest to elbow height. That Chaturanga Dandasana, four-limb staff pose. Before taking a full inhale as you push forwards, coming onto the tops of your feet, thighs off the mat. Exhale as you push back, suck in the tummy, roll over the toes last. Let's do that movement one more time, just coming forwards to our high plank. So inhale, ripple your body forwards. Exhale, lower the chest, elbow height. Full inhale, push forwards. Shoulders are relaxed as you open the chest. You can push back from there. Suck in the tummy as you lift your hips high. Back into your downward facing dog. Where we can take a moment just to check in with our alignment, making sure the fingers are wide. Maybe the feet are hip width. Knees might be bent. Again, suck in the tummy, engage core. Breathe slowly. And then when you're good to move, we're going to bring a bit of a flow into it. So lifting the right leg up with the inhale. Try and keep the hips square and the legs straight. Gaze forward, step in between the hands. Lift up the arms with the inhale, high lunge. As you exhale, back foot goes down, warrior two, right arm forwards, left arm behind you. Maybe take a look down at the right knee, make sure it's above the right ankle. Let's look over the right hand. Exhale as you cartwheel your arms down to the mat. Step back softly to your plank, and then there's a vinyasa for you, whichever option you would like. Perhaps knees are on the ground, perhaps they are off. As you head back to your downward facing dog, inhaling to lift the left leg, exhaling to step forwards, breathing in to lift the arms, breathing out to sweep them wide. Notice the outside of the right foot here, you want to think of pressing down quite hard on it. Gaze over left hand, and then move with the exhale. Cartwheel arms, step back plank. Exhale, hover down. Full inhale, chest opens. Full exhale, push back. Using the breath in to lift the right leg. Take a step forwards real softly, and then bring control in the arms as you lift them high. Control in the arms as you sweep them wide, warrior two. And then we'll look over the right hand, flipping the palm and reversing it. So right arm goes long, you can reach high with the fingertips. Deep lunge into the right knee, left hand, left thigh. Maybe you sweep the hand round the back towards the right thigh. Again, look up towards the right palm and move with the exhale. Cartwheeling your arms. Stepping back to your plank as softly as you can. Dig the elbows into the ribs as you hover yourself down. Push forward, squeeze the bum, support your lower back. And then push back, roll over the toes last. Downward facing dog. Left leg goes up slowly. Take a step forwards in between the hands. Lift the arms above the head. Back foot goes down, arms go wide. Flipping left palm, reverse it. Right hand, right thigh. Or maybe right arm sweeps round the back if you want to grab hold of the left thigh. I suggest straight left arm. Active left fingertips, deep lunge into the left knee. Move with the exhale, cartwheeling your arms. Fingers are wide as they touch the mat. Step back softly. Exhale, hover down. Inhale, push forwards, chest opens, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, push back, roll over the toes. Using the inhale to lift the right leg. Take a step forwards as softly as you can. Lift up the arms with control. Sweep them wide as your back foot goes down, flipping your right palm, reverse it, and then this time sweep the arms straight away down to the ground, swiveling onto the toes of the back foot. As you do, left hand down, right hand up for the twist. Maybe you can look up to the right hand. Make sure the back heel is kicking strong behind you. And then gently lower the hand, step back to your plank. Similar moves, vinyasa. Exhale, hover down. Inhale, chest opens. Exhale, push back. Left leg goes up real slow. Try not to rush it. Step forwards lightly. Inhale to lift up the arms. Exhale to open them wide. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse it. And then exhale, cartwheel your arms, swiveling onto the toes of the back foot. Let's find our twist on this side. Soften your right toe. Try not to lock it out. Making sure the left knee tucks in towards the chest. Then gently lowering the left hand. Step back as lightly as you can. Dig the elbows in as you hover down. Squeeze the bum as you push forward. Support the lower back. And then exhale as you roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. We're going to build on it, guys. Lifting the right leg up slowly. Take a step forwards. Lift up the arms, high lunge. Open them wide into your warrior two, flipping the palm, reverse it, and then straight away, cartwheel your arms down, swiveling onto the toes of the back foot. Find your twist as you lift the right arm. And this time we're going to take a moment to step back into our side plank. So you want to swivel onto the outside of the left foot. Weight of the body comes into the left hand as you step the right foot back to your left. Now, of course, you've got the option of dropping your left knee down to the ground. Or you could perhaps take the right foot off the left leg. Wherever you are at, think about a soft left elbow. Think about the hips doing the work. Right fingertips are active. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the core before coming back to your plank. A vinyasa from there. Exhale, hover down. Inhale, chest opens, push forwards. And then exhale, push back, suck in your tummy before lifting the left leg up slowly. Step forwards lightly in between the hands. Inhale to raise the arms. Exhale to sweep them wide, back foot goes down. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse it. And then as you breathe out, let's cartwheel the arms, take them down, swiveling onto the toes of the back foot. Same thing here, find your twist, enjoy it, take your time, maybe a breath or two. Before you leave the body, it's going to be to your right. Again, think about the right elbow, try not to lock it out. Bring a softness to the breath. Maybe you're lifting the left leg up off the right before coming back to your plank. Elbows, guys, dig them in softly and then push forwards. Notice your thighs, keep them off the mat. And roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg up slowly. Take a step forwards. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, arms go wide. Inhale, flipping the palm, reverse it. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down, swivel onto the toes of the back foot, find your twist. Weight of the body into the left hand, swivel onto the outside of the left foot as you step back into your side plank. Option to stay here or take it a little bit further, bending your right knee, placing the foot down beside you. Wild thing. Extending your right arm long, relaxing your face, opening your chest, softening left elbow, and then coming back to your plank. If vinyasa is there for you, dig the elbows into the ribs, push forwards, shoulders relaxed, push back, downward facing dog. Same thing on the left side, guys. Left leg goes up slowly, step forwards lightly, inhale to raise the arms, exhale, back foot goes down, inhale, flipping it, and reversing it before cartwheeling your arms. Let's come onto the toes of the back foot, let's find our twist first. Left arm goes high. And then again, weight of the body into the right foot. Swivel onto the right side of the right foot as you step back. Left foot joins the right foot, maybe staying here. Or you've got the option of a wild thing. Bending the left knee, stepping behind you. Lift up the hips. Again, notice the elbow of the right arm here. Try and soften your face. Breathe slowly. And then come back to your plank, where we've got a vinyasa from there. Exhale, hover down. Inhale, chest opens. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. We can take a moment, a deep breath in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Before dropping the right forearm down to the mat, and then the left forearm down. And we'll edge our toes towards our elbows, dolphin pose, preparing for your pincher, forearm stand. You want to think about shuffling the bum and the hips kind of directly on top of the head and the neck. Wrists are solid on the ground, forearms shoulder width. Maybe look towards the space between your thumbs. Take 3 slow breaths. Channeling strength, pushing with the elbows. And then gently lowering yourself down. We're going to drop our knees and we'll find our child's pose. Time for a little breather. You can drop the forehead onto the mat. Maybe arms are extended out in front of you. Or maybe arms are extended behind you. Whatever feels good for you. Most important, just take a moment to really let the entirety of your body just kind of sink, soften, relax down into the mat. And just use this time to notice any kind of sensations that are washing over you. Quite a lot of different movement all in a short period of time. Notice what happens to the body as you stop that movement. What happens to your heartbeat? What happens to the pace of your breath? I find the moment that I stop, those kind of things do tend to kind of quicken up a little bit. So see if you can just tap into that deep diaphragmatic breath to slow, to calm the body down. Particularly throughout that kind of movement, naturally your heartbeat will quicken. The blood's going to flow a little bit quicker. You're going to start to activate a slightly kind of fight or flight sympathetic nervous system. Let's use this moment of calm, of rest, to tap back into the rest and digest, parasympathetic, slightly calmer state. And the main vehicle to do that is a nice and slow, deep nasal breath. Thinking of re-establishing that connection between the mind and the breath as well. Making sure your mind stays in the present moment. And then when you're good to get moving, please do take your time whenever you want to join in with it. Let's extend our arms from our child's pose a little bit further down the mat. Just enjoy that kind of gentle side stretch down your upper body. Breathe into that feeling. Breathe into the sensations down the sides of your body. And we're going to head back up towards our downward facing dog, where I suggest a bit of movement similar to the beginning of the class. Pedal your feet out. Move the knees and the hips. Notice how they feel. And then reconnect strength into the hands as well. So you want to really be pushing the front half of the mat away from you with your hands. At the same time, you want to be pushing the bottom half of your mat away from you with your feet. And then let's take a moment here, guys. Soften the face, relax the head, close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. And we bring another bit of flow into the class, lifting the right leg up. Let's bend the knee this time, kicking the heel towards the left sitting bone, pointing your right knee to the ceiling, stacking your hips, stretch it out, enjoy, and then take the right knee to the right elbow. Maybe there's some contact before extending the leg back out, before taking the knee into the left. Bit of a twist, and then kicking your leg away. Bring the knee forwards all the way towards your nose, come onto the tiptoes of the back foot, dome the back. And then step lightly forwards. Inhale to lift up the arms, high lunge. And then exhale as you place the back foot down. Arms go wide, warrior two. We're going to take it to a side angle pose from here. Right elbow, right thigh. Left arm goes long. Kind of extended side angle as you reach the left hand to the front. Kind of enjoy that deep stretch from the left fingertips all the way down towards the left toe. To the left, kind of outside of the left foot. Breathe. And then half a bind, guys. Bend the left elbow. Slide the left hand down the back. You might want to tuck the fingers into the inside of the right thigh if you can. Most importantly, notice your chest. Let's try and keep it flat and open. And then straighten the right leg. Right hand can go down to the right shin. Miraculously, you're in your triangle variation. Perhaps right hand is inside right foot, right ankle, right shin. It might even be all the way up towards the knee. Whatever feels good for you. Make sure you're in a position where you can really expand the chest. And you may want to remove the left arm now and kind of swing it up to the sky. Perhaps gaze down towards right hand. Helps the balance. Or maybe look up towards the left hand if that is comfortable. Breath is soft. And then use your inhale to sweep your arms back up to a T. Let's point our feet towards the left side of the mat, so this long left side, and we're going to take it down, forward folding. Let's hinge from the hips. Crown of the head is long. Try and keep it long as you go down. You're almost pushing the bum of the hips back as you go down. Nice, guys. And then lower the hands. Right hand down under the face. We're going to twist to the left, lifting the left arm. Now again, notice the elbows, try not to lock them out. Maybe look up to the left hand. Same thing with the other side, so left hand down, right hand up. Notice the crown of the head, try and extend it out in front of you rather than veer off to your right foot. Gently lower the right hand. Let's take our hands to our hips. We're going to come back up to a standing pose, but I want you to first come halfway. When you get there, notice what's going on with your feet. Try and spread weight evenly across them. Maybe there's a soft bend in the knees, and then open out your wings. Get the airplane out. Try and extend the length between the crown of the head and your sacrum. Keep that long as you lift up. And then hands to prayer. Pointing toes out towards the sides. We're going to bend our knees and come into our goddess pose. So as the knees bend, the bum goes down. Whoop. Take your time with it. You can think of stacking shoulders, hips, maybe tucking the tailbone in a little bit, chest puffs up. Breathe. Strong pose, fires up the legs. Maybe tiptoes if you want to play around with it. Lowering the heels if they are up, spreading the arms wide, coming up to a standing pose. I'm going to turn to face the front of the mat. So we're going to head to a pyramid pose. So I suggest left foot points towards the front left corner of your mat, right foot points towards the middle, towards the front. So your hips are now suddenly kind of quite square to the front of the mat. You may need to shuffle the left foot, maybe a step or two out to the left to help that. Create some space for yourself. Then we're going to hinge from the hips here, forward folding. Take it down. Again, think of not locking things out. So the knees here, slight soft bend. Crown of the head goes down. Let's take 2 or 3 deep breaths into whatever is going on inside the legs. Deep stretch. Before lowering both your hands down, placing the weight of the body into the left foot so you can sweep your right leg back behind you, 3-legged dog. From here, bend the knee, kick the heel towards your left sitting bone, and you've got your option of finding your wild thing here as well by stepping behind you. Weight will come into the left hand. Extend, open out the chest, relax your face. And then with control, come back to your plank. And as we take our vinyasa here, you might want to keep the right foot in the air, lowering your chest to elbow height, coming onto the tops of both your feet as you do, before rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. And we'll lift the left leg up, bend the knee, stretch it out, take the knee to the left elbow, and then kick your heel away. Let's take it to the right, and then kick it away. And then let's bring it all the way towards the nose. You want the weight of the body to come forwards, rolling onto the tiptoes of the back foot. Fingertips are active, step forwards lightly. Inhale to lift up the arms. Exhale to open them out, warrior 2. Check in with the pose, notice your feet. You might want to think of lining the heel of the left and up with the arch of the right. Shuffle if you need to. And then left elbow, left thigh. Right arm sweeps forwards. Enjoy your extended side angle for 2 or 3 breaths. Let's spread the weight evenly across our feet. Let's try not to crash down into the left side of the ribs. Before taking this variation where we bend our right elbow, sliding the hand down into the inside of the left thigh, straightening your left leg, and then heading into your triangle pose. So you may want to shuffle the feet closer together. I always think it kind of helps the stance a little bit. And then, of course, as you open out the chest, roll the right shoulder behind you. Perhaps roll the right arm as well. You could extend it up to the sky. Thinking of that kind of not locking knees out, try and softly bend them here. And one way or one sort of tip to not lock the knees out is by really pressing down quite hard on all 4 corners of both of your feet. Expand the chest. And then use the inhale to sweep the arms back up to a T. We'll point our feet to the long right side. And then we'll forward fold from here. This time interlock the fingers behind the back. Take an inhale to puff up the chest. And as you breathe out, hinge at your hips, take it down low. Maybe hang out here, take a little swing from side to side. Before lowering both your hands, and we'll find that twisting that we did previously. Right hand down, left hand up. Now you've got the option of taking it a little bit further here by bending your left elbow, sliding your left hand down your back. You could take the right hand towards your left leg, grabbing hold of shin, ankle, or knee, And again, just notice the head here. If you're veering off to the left foot, try and push it out in front of you instead. And then do the same thing on the other side. If you're not taking the variation, again, soften your elbows. Almost kicking the bum and the hips to the back. Gently come out of it, and let's take our hands to our hips. And then lift ourselves up halfway first. Lengthen. Spread arms nice and wide, and then come up standing. Hands to prayer. Shuffle the feet. I suggest pointing them out to the sides. Maybe the feet need to come in a little bit, and then bend your knees, lower it down. So as the bum goes deep down, notice if you're kind of forward folding, your chest and your upper body might start to slouch. Let's try and keep that kind of stacking going on. Maybe you've got the tiptoes. Wherever you are, your breath. Let's keep it soft. Let's keep it steady. Before coming back up, spread the arms, maybe hands to hips, and we'll turn into our pyramid. So right foot kind of pointing towards 2 o'clock. Left foot, 12 o'clock. Hips are square to the 2 front corners of your mat. Hinge at the hips. We'll hang out here for a little bit. Again, notice the knees. Try not to lock them out. Think of the 4 corners of both your feet. Breathe. And then weight will come down onto the hands and the right foot as you sweep your left leg behind you. 3-legged dog, bend the knee. Maybe stay there, maybe wild thing. Left foot steps behind you, weight into the right hand. Soften right elbow. If you are there, open the chest. Soft face. Coming back to your 3-legged plank if you're up for it. For a 3-legged vinyasa, chest to elbow height. Push forwards, full inhale, come onto the tops of the feet, shoulders relaxed. And then a full exhale as you push back all the way towards your downward dog. Take a moment, press reset in your downward dog. Wipe the slate clean a little bit. Before lifting the right leg up with the inhale. Let's take the knee all the way towards the nose, bringing the weight of the body forwards. Kick your foot away, flex it. 2 more times, knee to nose, thigh to chest. And then kick it away. On that 3rd time, maybe you can stay here for a breath or 2. And then step forwards lightly, inhaling your arms to a high lunge position. Lift them high. And then sweep them wide as the back foot goes down. We'll come into our warrior 2. Check in with your alignment. Think of stacking shoulders on top of hips. You want to think about feet, kind of pushing them away in equal measure. At the same time, the thighs are kind of squeezing in towards each other, equal measure. We'll find our side angle one more time. Right elbow, right thigh, left arm goes long. You might want to take it a little bit deeper this time and place the right hand inside right foot. Lift up the gaze towards the left palm before gently lowering the hand and sweeping both hands over to the left foot. We're going to bend the left knee and come into a side squat, Skandasana pose. Right leg is straight. Maybe point the toes to the ceiling. Maybe hands to prayer. Maybe you've got the left hand down and the right hand up. Before coming back into the middle, straightening out your legs. Hands to hips, halfway. And then full standing, maybe arms go wide first. Nice, guys. Hands to prayer. Point your feet out to the sides. Goddess pose. Knees are bent. Firing up some strength in the legs. You might want to add to it. Bring your eagle arms into it. Sweeping the right arm underneath the left. Elbows come together. Backs of hands to come together. Maybe palms come together. Thinking of lifting your elbows up high, pushing the hands away from the face. Breath is soft. Channel strength, maybe tiptoes are there as well. Steady gaze, steady breath, and then gently releasing the arms. Sweep them wide and turn the left foot forwards. Pyramid pose, one more time. So right foot points to the front, left foot is probably 10 o'clock, maybe a shuffle of the feet if that helps. Let's hinge at the hips. Now this time I want you to think about interlocking your fingers behind you, behind the back. And we're going to step into a warrior 3 from here. So take your time. Weight of the body comes onto the right foot as the left leg goes up behind you. Soft bend in your right knee. Maybe you can think about your gaze first and foremost and just lock it into something that is not moving. Keep the gaze steady. Then think about the breath being steady as well. And then you can start worrying about or thinking about left foot being flexed, chest being open, shoulders relaxed. Step back softly with the left foot. Shuffle the right foot out to the right, and we're going to take it to a humble warrior. Forward folding, right shoulder just inside right thigh. Relax the face. Allow your arms and your hands to swing up really high. Soft breath. And then gently lower your hands. Sweeping your right leg all the way back to your 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. Wild Thing is there for you. Open the chest. Before coming back to your plank, maybe 3-legged vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Use this place. Use this pit stop to allow the attention to soak back into the body, to allow your breath to smooth out. And then we move again, lifting the left leg up high. Bring the knee towards the nose, squeeze tight to chest. Kick it away, flex foot. And then 2 more times, guys. Bring the weight of the body forwards, tiptoes of the back foot, and then kick it away. And then for that 3rd time, maybe play around with holding it for a breath or 2, and then stepping forwards. Inhaling to lift up the arms. Exhaling, warrior 2. Arms are symmetrical. Again, heel, left foot, line it up with the arch of the right. Relax your shoulders. And then we'll take it to our side angle. So left elbow, left thigh. Right arm goes long. Option of taking the left hand down inside left foot. Maybe look up towards the right palm. Breath is soft. Before lowering both your hands and sweeping them over to your right foot as the right knee bends, left leg straightens. Point the toes of the left foot maybe. Bring the hands to prayer. Or maybe you've got the right hand down. Connection between right shoulder and right thigh. Twist out the chest, open it out, and lift the left arm. Before coming back to center. Straightening your legs. Let's come up halfway. Crown of the head goes long. And then take it to your standing by sweeping the arms wide. Gently lifting up. Hands come to prayer. And then point your toes out to the sides. Let's channel our goddess one more time. Bending the knees, lowering the bum. Again, just a little check-in with the pose, particularly as the body tires. Your alignment can suffer a little bit. Tuck the tailbone in, chest comes up, shoulders stacked on top of hips. Maybe tiptoes. Or maybe eagle arms, this time left elbow underneath the right. Bring them together. Backs of the hands come together. Or maybe palms come together. Push hands away from the face as you lift your elbows high. Broadening your back and your shoulders. Breathing slowly. And then with control, coming back to your standing pose. Sweeping the arms wide. Let's turn to face the front. Maybe hands to hips. Shuffle the feet. Right foot 2 o'clock. Left foot 12. Hips are square. Take it down. Soft bend in your knees might help. Good pose just to close the eyes and breathe real slow into the backs of your legs. Before our variation, interlock fingers. Perhaps interlock them in a different way this time, so different thumb on top. Weight of the body's going to come forwards. Let's take it into our warrior 3. So you might find that a soft bend in the left knee might help, especially if you want to particularly kind of draw the right hip down. I always find that helps. Think of the gaze, think of the breath. Chest is open. Right heel is kicking to the back of the room as the crown of the head is extending to the front. And then a real soft step back with the right foot. Land lightly. Shuffle the left foot out to the left, and then find your humble warrior. All the way back up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, wild thing. Soft right elbow. Chest is open, face is soft. Enjoy it. Coming back to your plank. Three-legged it might be. Chest to elbow height. Push forwards, full inhale. Lead with the heart. And then a full exhale as you roll over the toes. All the way back to your downward facing dog. Where we can take a deep inhale through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Before looking at our hands, making sure that they stay stuck on the mat, coming onto the tiptoes, and then just taking some tiny little tiptoe steps all the way forwards. Standing forward fold at the front of the mat. Bend your knees quite a lot. And think of just allowing your chest to like smother your thighs. So I suggest on the thighs, you can allow the crown of the head to drop down towards the ground. And then from there, you're kind of going to give your best, you're going to give your back and your spine the best possible place it can for space by allowing the crown of the head to drop down. You may want to brush the mat with the fingertips. You might want to grab your elbows. Maybe take the hands behind you, grab your calves. You may want to slide hands under the feet, finding your gorilla pose. Toes edging all the way towards your wrists. Perhaps you're grabbing your opposite elbows behind the legs. Or maybe interlocking your fingers behind your back. Bit of relief for your shoulders here. But wherever you are, take your time in the pose and really allow the blood to kind of drain down towards the brain, giving this pose some time to for its kind of calming and soothing effects to kick in. Let's lower the hands and very slowly uncurl. Come to a standing pose, think vertebrae by vertebrae. Real mindful. Hands are heavy, shoulders relaxed, and as the head comes up high, let's inhale to lift the arms as well. Reach high with them. And as you exhale, lower the hands onto the lower back. We're going to find a standing back bend from here. Fingers on the bum. Maybe softly bend the knees. Bring a bit of a spring into it. I always find it helps. You can push the hips forwards as you open the chest. Maybe gaze forwards as well. We'll take it further and look up towards the sky or look behind you. Beneficial pose for one and all. Before coming up with care, and then forward folding. We'll take it down to the ground. Hands can lower onto the mat as well. Take a step back to your plank, and then a final vinyasa. And as you come into your cobra or your up dog, let's hold it there for a moment and really stretch out the core. Think about maybe looking left, looking right, giving the shoulders a roll. Do what you got to do. Hopefully it should feel pretty good. And then rolling over the toes back. Heading back to your downward dog in whichever way feels good for you. And then we'll take it to a seated position. So you can come onto the tiptoes. Bend the knees, step or jump through. And we'll meet on our bums. Extending the legs out in front of us. Flex your feet. Point your toes to the ceiling. Let's lift up the arms with the next breath in. And as you breathe out, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Grab thighs, grab shins, grab feet, grab whatever you can. But similar to our standing forward fold just 2 minutes ago, let's think about the space that we can bring to our back rather than kind of getting deep into the calves or the hamstrings. You want to think about looking over the toes, perhaps to keep the back and the neck straight, rather than curving down to look at your knees. Nice one to close the eyes. Bring a softness to the breath. Before extending your arms out in front of you. And let's hover down onto our backs from here. Take it real slow. When the head touches the ground, enjoy it. Enjoy your body resting on the mat. Feel the support that the hard ground beneath you is giving your body. Maybe might be a nice place just to place the hands on the tummy, hands on the heart. Check back in with the breath. Notice how deep or shallow it is. Notice the strength or the pace of your heart beating away. And then just a few restorative moves into the legs before we close. Bringing the left knee up to the chest. Let's take hold of the knee and squeeze all the way up towards the armpit. You could stay here. Even this in itself is a pretty decent kind of opening for the right hip flexor, pointing toes away. Maybe you can take it further by grabbing hold of the outside of the left knee with the right hand, sweeping your left arm wide, and we'll find our supine twist. Right hand takes the knee over to the right. Look over to your left hand. Let's make sure the right leg is straight. Close your eyes. With each exhale you take, bring an extra softness to your body. Coming back very slowly onto your back to center, straightening the left leg. Let's grab hold of the thigh, maybe the calf, whatever it is, maybe the toes. Draw the leg in towards the face. Flexing both your feet. Relaxing your face and your shoulders. Before lowering the leg down with control. Bringing the right knee up as well. Let's do the same thing on this side. Squeeze it in, hug it in. Stay there for a breath or two. Then find your twist. Always think one of the key parts here should be the right shoulder. Try not just to let it roll over to the left side. Want to make sure it's stuck down. Left leg. Perhaps think of flexing left foot. Notice the kind of deeper sensations down the ITB, right leg, kind of glutes as well. Breathe into whatever you feel from the twist. Maybe looking over to right hand. As always, just come back with care, take control. As you come onto the back, we'll straighten the right leg, grab thigh, grab calf, maybe you can grab toes. Take your time with it. Nice one to close the eyes here as well. Really tune into what's going on. Deep sensations. Breathe into them. Soften the face. Relax the jaw. Flex both feet. And then we'll take it down real slow. Try not just to slam the leg down heavily. Lovely stuff, guys. Both knees into the chest. Take hold of the insides of them. Open out the legs wide and we'll prepare for a happy baby. Lower back down. Feet go high. Maybe stay there. Hands inside the thighs. Maybe grab hold of the insides of your feet. You could grab hold of your big toes. Maybe kind of drawing the knees and the feet down towards the mat to go deeper in. You might want to grab your big toes and open out the legs. You might want to do kind of both of those things. You might want to do neither. You might want to just kind of focus on rolling across the back. Massage your back out. Giving it some nice release. Using the weight of your body wisely. And then coming back to center by bringing the knees into the chest. And let's wrap the arms around the legs one final time. So we'll take a sort of warm embrace. You want to grab hold of your elbows. Maybe forehead comes to knees, knees come to forehead, flex your feet, engage your core. And just one final moment just to squeeze, to compress, to contract, to hold tight all of the muscles. Squeeze it in. And then when you do finally decide to let go, just sprawl the legs, sprawl the arms, bringing an extra softness, an extra relax to those muscles. And then just finding your best starfish-looking shape. And then after all of that challenging movement, guys, let's take the time to give the body a decent amount of rest. Softly closing your eyes. Perhaps taking a satisfying breath in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Taking your attention to your legs and letting them sink into the ground. Thinking of completely letting go of your arms. Relaxing the back of the head, the face, the jaw. Just allowing the entirety of your body to soften down into the ground. Every time you exhale, just bringing an extra softness to the body. And just taking your time here, please feel free to stay a lot longer in your Shavasana pose. Otherwise, gentle movements, slightly deeper breath. As you bring that movement back into the body, just make sure you take the time to notice how you feel. Notice how it feels in the skin, the nerves, the muscles. Perhaps a full body stretch might feel good as you extend your arms, finding some space inside the body. You could grab hold of one wrist, gently pull, grab the other, find a bit of extra length. And then take your time heading back to your seated position. Please do take care. Take your time to lift yourself back up. And a final moment of stillness, softly closing your eyes. Just using this final moment of the class to tune in, to continue to focus on how you're feeling, to continue to focus on how it feels to breathe, and to continue to enjoy this moment here and now, staying in the present rather than rushing off anywhere else. Nice one, guys. Some challenging stuff. Please do thank yourself for the practice. Thank you for letting me guide you. Take it easy. Namaste.